Welcome to Black Men Speak Media, where we report and discuss different topics involving black men in the media from a black man's perspective, because we know that the mainstream media will not. This is a pro-truth channel for us, by us. So be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and comment and let me know what you guys think. Hit and Run turns deadly. This story really resonated with me because it is out of my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. It was also featured in an episode of the first 48 Road Rage. The victim, a black man, 35-year-old Patrick Edwards, was involved in a hit and run with the suspect, a white man, 31-year-old Trenton Thornton, when Thornton attempted to flee the scene after striking Edwards' vehicle. Edwards began pursuit and chased Thornton into a dead end. When Edwards exited his vehicle to confront Thornton, Thornton allegedly opened fire, fatally killing Edwards. Before I get into this, I just want to say rest in peace, Patrick Edwards. My prayers and condolences goes out to the Edwards family. He most definitely did not deserve to die, but this makes for an excellent backdrop to teach brothers certain sentiments that I want to get through. Always maintain your composure, black man. Out of this unfortunate situation, we can express certain sentiments and valuable lessons to teach other black men so they may avoid similar situations. And it all starts with composure. Always maintain your composure, black man. Because we know out of any other demographic here in America, the black man has the least amount of tolerance of losing his composure. When a black man loses his composure, his chances of going to jail, getting injured, or even being killed goes up exponentially. We must maintain our composure with the police. We must maintain our composure with our woman. We must maintain our composure with other brothers, especially other brothers. We must maintain our composure at our job. Meanwhile, a white woman can go full Karen, go off, put a finger in your face, hit people, spit in people's face, and she may not even go to jail. Another very important sentiment that I wanted to highlight throughout the course of this video is how the media covers a white suspect when it's a black victim. As I started to do my research, read articles, watch news clippings, it was very, very obvious and apparent whose side the media was on. And they would do that often where they'll try to uplift the white suspect and almost demonize the black victim or frame it in a way like it's the black victim's fault. We see this all over the country. The more recent case was, I believe it was in Dallas, where the white woman police officer ended up walking into the wrong apartment and shooting a black man in his own house, in his own apartment, I mean. And they started to make excuses for the white woman. Well, she worked 5 days straight, 16-hour shifts, and she was tired, and all the apartments looked the same, so it would be easy to walk into the wrong apartment. The black man left his door open, all this type of stuff. It's apparent here. And it starts off with this title: Hit and Run turns deadly. Victim chases down Thornton after being hit. Now, most people read that if they don't have any foresight, be like, oh, that's what happened. But look how they worded that. Victim chases down Thornton after being hit. And it's all about public perception. So if a white person sitting down watching the TV and it say victim chases down Thornton after being hit, the first thing they're gonna say, well, why did he chase him down? See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go about highlighting that sentiment and also the composure sentiment throughout the course of this video. So let's get into it. Moving down the one way back on Michigan Avenue, trying to pick up Trenton Keyboard. We can't get out of the right now. The caller says she and her husband are following the driver who sideswiped them. Do you have a tag number? We're not close to the tag. It's on the line. I understand at this time they're in hot pursuit of the suspect vehicle because they just got sideswiped and they're just trying to get the tag number. They're on the phone with dispatch. And I can imagine right now that this brother is feeling violated, victimized. He's probably frustrated, angry, when all he wants is just to get the insurance information with the suspect, wait for the police to get there, file a claim, and get his vehicle fixed. So this is why I tell people about road rage. I don't get road rage. And this is why I talk about maintaining your composure in these type of times because, you know, you never know what people are going through. You get what I'm saying? Even if I cut somebody off in traffic, I may just wave my hand out the window like, my bad. I acknowledge that I maybe didn't see you. Or if somebody else cut me off, they want to get mad and flip the bird. I don't buy into that. I just don't. It's not worth it. You don't never know what people are going through. A lot of these people walking around with mental health issues, a lot of people going through divorces, a lot of people thinking about suicide, a lot of people just one little incident from going off. And that's how a lot of people get killed in these road rage incidents. And that's why I say you must maintain your composure. It's very, very important. And that's another thing I don't understand about this video. And I don't know Mobile Police Department, dispatcher policies and procedures, but they're on the phone the whole time with the dispatcher through the link of the crime. And I've heard in other 911 dispatcher calls where the dispatcher tells the victim, hey, don't pursue the suspect, get a good description of the vehicle or the person, and wait for police to get there. I don't know if this dispatcher was new, but maybe they're going to use this as a training opportunity that, hey, someone in this type of situation, inform them to not pursue the suspect because things like this can happen. Now, when somebody turn their lights off in a little dark cul-de-sac or dead end, then that's usually not a good thing. That's not a good indicator of things to come. Okay, that means a bad thing when somebody hit their lights. So just be aware of that.
The driver who hit them stops, and the caller's husband gets out to try to speak.
Ma'am, what's going on?
The caller screams that the driver is shooting at her, and her husband has been hit.
So the suspect goes to the dead end. The victim gets out along with the wife and tries to confront the driver and walks up to the vehicle. Okay, when the man just cut his lights off. So y'all just gotta be, I understand you frustrated, black man. I understand you're angry. Maybe you just stayed in your car. I don't know, but this is what I'm talking about, maintaining your composure. Okay? Because you coming up into his space.
Where are you now?
The caller says she's lying on the ground, but the hit-and-run driver just fled in his car, and her injured husband is trying to follow him.
And this is another part I don't understand about the story. So after he gets shot, I believe he was shot twice in the chest and one time in the arm. The suspect, Thorton, flees the scene, and the victim, the husband, gets back in his vehicle and attempts to chase him down again. Maybe it's the adrenaline. I believe it had to be the adrenaline because you're already chasing him to confront him about the incident. Then he shoots at you, hits you 2 or 3 times, and you get back in your vehicle and following him. You already know he has a weapon. So I think it's more or less the adrenaline of the whole situation.
He gets behind the car. So I'm walking in the path and they didn't stop. What did you see when you talking to somebody? What did you see?
The caller says she sees her car crashed in the yard. Police and EMS arrive and find the caller's husband shot multiple times. They attempt to revive him, but he can't be saved.
So he ended up getting in his car, chasing the victim. I believe he lost consciousness just from losing blood or whatnot. But the wife was already out of the car at the time. I'm surprised she didn't get hit because both the victim and his wife was out of the car. And another thing that she did, she started walking back towards where they pulled off at. And the dispatcher is still not telling her, hey, stay in place, wait on police. So hopefully they use this as training aid. This next video is a news update when the suspect, Trenton Thorton, was actually apprehended. And I want y'all to watch how sneaky the media is. And I'm going to pause the video and highlight a few things that I noticed in this case. But just watch what they do.
is shining new light on the final moments of Patrick Edwards' life just before shots were fired Tuesday night.
Mobile police say Trenton Thorton murdered Patrick Edwards after Edwards confronted Thornton about a car accident.
NBC 15's Andrea Ramey joins us now. Andrea, we know that Edwards chased Thornton for several minutes now.
Yeah, Greg and Kim, the initial 911 call was about 2 minutes. That entire time, Edwards' common-law wife describes how they are chasing after Thornton.
See what they did there? First, look at the title. 911 call could impact defense in shooting case. Is it a murder case or is it a shooting case? And you hear the reporter saying that the 911 call says that the victim chased the suspect for several minutes. And you hear this reporter reiterate the same point. Let me go back and wind a little bit.
About 2 minutes. That entire time, Edwards' common-law wife describes how they are chasing after Thornton. Today, a defense expert we spoke with says Thornton may have a stand-your-ground defense.
Another dig. They keep calling the victim's wife common-law wife. Now, that's just a little dig there to kind of demonize the victim, like, whether it's common-law wife or, by paper wife, that's still his wife. So that's a little dig that the media use to kind of demonize or minimize the victim. Oh, he has a common law wife. And they keep repeating it throughout the duration of this clip. And they went and found a defense attorney that doesn't even represent the suspect to talk on the news. When have y'all ever heard of a black suspect having a attorney say, oh, well, this should be his defense? They went out and actually found and asked for legal advice and put it out on the news. See, they're already trying to uplift this white suspect. No comment.
31-year-old Trenton Thornton had nothing to say as police whisked him off to Metro Jail last night. He's accused of murdering Patrick Edwards. A 911 transcript NBC 15 News obtained shows Edwards and his common-law wife chased Thornton starting on Michigan Avenue through Birdville and ultimately stopped on Gulffield Drive. The last thing Edwards' common-law wife tells the 911 operator, quote, "They are running from us. He on a dead end."
They are running from us. You see? Wow.
Police say Edwards later got out of his car and confronted Thornton about hitting their car and taking off.
Now, as a side note, there's another little dig that many people probably miss. When I was doing my research, this picture of the victim, Patrick Edwards, this is actually a mug shot of him from a prior case. This is what they would do. They could have used any other picture. They could have went on Facebook. Why they had to use the victim mug shot? These are the things they do to black victims. This is actually his mug shot. I'm not going to speak on the case because rest in peace to to the dead. We don't speak on that. We don't even know if it's true. But that's just the point.
Police say Thornton then fired multiple shots, killing Edwards.
You can do what's reasonably necessary to defend yourself. And if you're defending yourself against deadly physical force, you can use deadly physical force if you reasonably believe that's about to happen.
They done found this white man, this white attorney, and he's speaking up for the white suspect. Whenever y'all, let me know in the comment section, whenever y'all ever heard of a black suspect being apprehended and the media go find a attorney to try to put out some type of possible defense for a black man. This is what they do.
Defense attorney Dennis Nisley, who does not represent Thornton, says
he does not even represent the white suspect. This guy just giving his expert advice just off GP for the free. Let me wind this back.
taking off. Police say Thornton then fired multiple shots, killing Edwards.
You can do what's reasonably necessary to defend yourself. And if you're defending yourself against deadly physical force, you can use deadly physical force if you reasonably believe that's about to happen.
Defense attorney Dennis Nisley, who does not represent Thornton, says Thornton may very well assert a stand your ground defense. In Alabama, you can stand your ground if you have a right to be where you are. In Thornton's case, it was a public street. And if you feel there is an imminent threat. Nisley says you are not required to retreat.
is a greater protection than self-defense.
Nicely says if Thornton claims protection under Alabama's stand your ground law, he would also be entitled to an immunity hearing before trial.
Nothing to say?
Nope. The whole prosecution can be stopped, and you can be determined not to have to respond to the allegations because you're immune from prosecution.
So this man saying that according to Alabama stand your ground law, you can be granted immunity, and the whole prosecution trial won't even happen if you can prove that you have a case of stand your ground and you are where you're supposed to be, and you feel like it was an imminent threat to your life. You don't even have to go to trial. He giving out free legal advice and painting this public perception, and the media is swaying the public and uplifting the white suspect and demonizing the black victim. Like, now I don't know too much about the laws. I did read up on your Alabama stand your ground law, but I thought, because I've seen this in other instances in other states, if you're in the commission of a crime, then you can't use self-defense. For example, if you're trying to buy drugs for somebody and they end up robbing you, you can't use self-defense because you don't supposed to be buying drugs. You don't supposed to be selling drugs. That's how I thought it worked. And the suspect, Trenton Thorton, was in the commission of a crime because he was hitting and run and leaving the scene of an accident. So I thought that's how it worked. I'm no lawyer, but I'm just saying, like, why is this guy even here? This is what they do, though.
Now, Thornton is still in jail tonight. It is not clear if he has hired an attorney. To read the full 911 transcript, head to our website, mynbc15.com.